Hello and welcome to your message. My name is Eva. I make automatic or intuitive writings for the zodiac signs. I never know which sign I do the message for, so I'm not influenced by what I think I know about a zodiac sign. So I will now pull the sign for this message. It's about um, shifting in and out of from 3D to 5D, or yes, and why is it that? So the picture is um, overwritten. I want to say it's overwritten then by by the message, but it is like a filter, or maybe like you this the black stuff you receive a lot. There would be so much to receive, and it's getting very narrow, and when it reaches your energy field, actually it's only a drop, and it's this drop first did not even come down, uh, and then I had the picture of tears coming out of your eyes, then like, and tears are information. So why is it only going very slowly? Why maybe only glimpses of another reality for Pisces? So Pisces, might have, like in your genes, a sense of the vastness or the possibilities, and maybe you are tired of the opposites, the discrepancies of the things you sense, the vastness of things you sense, and then only so little actually um, is validated then in the end. Something says so. I will read you, Pisces. So much and so little. Sadness in your eyes. The information of tears. Uh, I guess Matthias de Stefano speaks about that, the, the, because water is information, and the water that if you cry, that um, and your tears reach your mouth, so it's like you give yourself information from inside of you. The question why I don't receive more, the tightness. So the growth is the motorization. I get that going. There was I don't understand this anymore really, but I remember that I wanted to go into the, because there is the yin and yang. There was like, I had to draw this curve. First I only drew the black stuff, and then I had to stop and draw this curve, and it was like the two sides of the brain, and something wanted to go in the direction of the coming into coherence of the left and side brain, but it actually the motorization between, the movement between those, but it didn't want to go that way. No, it's not your brain. That's why this sentence did not go on. I get that going, and I interrupted myself. It's not your brain. It's in your perception of you, the the person versus the you. I wanted to start to speak about this the the perception. It's also motorization. Once you perceive yourself in your story that you're used to, then you go out of it and spend time in your imagination or in your awareness, the big you know, the you are now aware that you are listening to this, the awareness. You make it small. You make it small. As soon as I stay only in my evenness, I am making it small. It's just what I am used to. Don't blame yourself. It's just what you're used to. Do not judge that. Do not judge at all. What does that mean? You know, the words. It's so difficult if we hear words and think we understand, but we do not at all, and then we go on with our lives. Do not judge, but look out for your own explanation wisely. The devil, the binding you to this only very little, whilst you become bitter about the saying that there is abundance. The devil, the, the binding you, the binding you to this only very little, whilst you become bitter about the saying that there is abundance. You know, this, it is fixation. Can you actually do something about it? Can you? You know, well, once you are interested enough, mostly through pain and exhaustion, it is a shame. So I guess it is the decision to really, really, with all your beingness, want to, are not interested in the fixation, in your little story anymore. Once you really, really are exhausted by it, and it's painful to you, and not for all, it's not for all, but probably for many, this is a point where there is a good chance that you actually, so that there is enough momentum to really make your system be more in on the awareness side. And so it made a detour to, it's a shame some give up their life in this body, when actually this desperate state is the very path to the new life, you know. It's a point where actually it is very close for the system to switch into the truth. But it is all good if some give up before the, you know, the step into the other. Here it's all good. Your life is but an aspect of infinite possibilities you are living right now. So loosen up the small, the dancing in this very, very small space. Somehow you are open to actual, somehow you're the one still listening, Pisces, somehow you are open to actual other possibilities, not just the decoration of your old apartment, so to say. So again, it comes back lately to, um, you know, the ones that just want they want their life, they want their, there's nothing wrong probably with it, but it's just um, there is just this feeling here in my life that it's just so much more, and by choosing like, I will be all right when I have, you know, the house, the partner, the money, the body. Yeah, it's so boring. So somehow you're open to actual other possibilities, not just the decoration of your old apartment, so to say. But if you are, that's fine as well. Isn't it logical that a shift so total? I'm talking to somebody who wants to shift what much more, actually having another perception, the things still. It doesn't mean that you are not in here any in the world anymore, but the how freedom must be to actually perceive that from another perspective, from this much freer perspective, from a much huger you. Isn't it logical that a shift so total will maybe make you scream, if it would be like from now to now? It would be too much for the system still. Please note that you will still encounter some bits of residue, like bits of information, like all is information, all is this field of information. And so it now goes into this what we will when we encounter like blockages, and then also we learned through our history and our growing up that we really really have to go into these blockages and the whys and and this is a trap, you know they're just residues. They're just residues. You have to master um, what you how you perceive this, uh, that you are the authority, not the blockages. Not somebody puts a blockage there. It's your system, and you still have bits of informations that are of your, so to speak, old belief systems, because it's a gradual shift, for most of us. And so it's backwards and forwards, so to speak, or 3D and awareness, 3D and awareness, 3D and awareness, and like loosen it up, and please note that you will still encounter some bits of residue of familiar slash old that you might perceive as deceiving, not working. It's again something that you are fed up with, old belief structures. The mountain in most of the oracle cards, the mountain is the obstacle, but the mountain is just the landscape. It has no inherent meaning. It's a normal road. You don't have to go with your little tool and pick on the mountain or something, or you don't have to say, oh no, it's not working. It's your system that goes in and out of linearity, and a totally different way of perceiving. So you don't, and it goes in and out, so you don't think it's dangerously or deadly to you, because it's such a different way of awareness or perceiving. So it is the frog. It's the story of um putting more and more hot water. It's brutal. The picture is brutal, but it's a parable, so to say. The frog will boil in the end because you put. It's a horrible picture, but just it says it's the frog boiling, but in a good sense. It's more and more and more and more of awareness of um, of a much more lucid reality, that if it would shift radically, yeah, it's just a reminder. If it would shift radically, then you would go crazy, because it's so much more different. A reminder that don't take old bits of residue familiar. Don't go into the stories, don't go into the drama actually. it's the it's the quintessence. So I will pull you some cards. Pisces, please like and subscribe the channel if you are still here and want more messages. What else for Pisces? That's not what I want. I want one card, please. Who do you say please to? One card. Oh, so with the heart as well. I don't feel very loving these days. Sorry. So that's a chewing gum machine. One gum, one love. The Ace of Cups. The feeling of awe as a child still arises when I see a chewing gum machine. No desire to pull one, but tasting the memory of an innocent impulse. Tasting the memory of an innocent impulse. Innocent, an innocent impulse, the spark in her eyes, the joy in her face, the remembrance that kind of hurts my heart, but I don't know why. Too deep is our connection to be able to reach for the why. It just is. I guess I guess if love does not hurt, tear on my heart, my human heart, I guess then it's not truly love. So relax. It hurts a bit. It is sweet and sour like the best gummies are. Yes, a relaxation. Don't forget to love. even even while shifting. But don't, it just reminds me somehow that, also it doesn't have to be like um deceiving can also be like going into sweet memories all the time. It anchors you in being the person, and maybe for a time, if you want to shift, this is also something that we have to be willing to let let it be free to change, a memory of um, maybe you long for a partnership. We have to be willing at least to, be innocently um, open to actually new things. Yeah, the coyote. Yeah, it's around this deception. It's around the deception. The coyote is talking about the deception. The detour. I spoke of a detour, I guess. If coyote calls to you, this is a time to pay special attention to detours and disappointment. Yes, so we wanted to talk about the familiar, the old, the disappointment in maybe somebody who, yes, this is very much grabbing the story, but it's just a journey. You have detours and disappointment as they are true. When you spend time in the not really, did I press record anyways? Yes, in the not in awareness, and then because you because you want because you really 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 want to this not be true, you know. And as long as there are things that you want to be true here and you want it this way, and you're afraid if you shift, then maybe there will be this special person will not be there anymore. It's just a journey. We hold on to painful things, thinking that they we need them, you know. uh, and simultaneously then the curiosity opens up, and the longing really that's really really other there can be a totally different perception of love maybe as well. So the coyote calls it, this is time to pay special attention to detours and disappointment, as they are true tests of faith. This is a sentence that I go like, what does that mean? As they are true tests of faith. You have set your intentions and turned them over to the Great Spirit. Yet you may find yourself lost and confused when it appears you are being led off course, off the path, leading to your most cherished dreams and desires. So this is also very, very, very attached. This all this sentence, all this attachment to the great spirit and the universe, and it's like you don't want to spend actual time with you still if people talk like they just exchange, you know, God and universe, and then they go like, I am this person and I now, and I don't receive, and I don't get what I ask for. And this is very very 3D. It's it's not a change in perception at all. It's just that's the coyote. That's the that's the detour again. That's staying in the story, you know. Remember, this coyote is a sacred trickster and may be leading you into the challenges to ensure that you are ready to handle what you've set in motion. In motion. Something is in motion with this. It's emotion, great growth and understanding come to you when coyote calls your name. Yes. So because are you being seduced by what you think you desire? Could it be that the more superficial, sparkly, shiny aspect of your ambition led you in this moment? Perhaps you feel that in order to get what you desire, you have to compromise yourself, control others. Ah, yeah. Something or someone might pretend to be deep, but that doesn't make them so. So also, if you look for answers outside, it's at this, but it's also saying this to you because if you're still here, you're ready to kind of hear that, you know. Because what we do if then we are interested and go like, oh, this is gives me some hope, and then we go and intellectually or look for somebody who has more answers, and it's this journey again, or maybe a new teacher or a new course, or and of course that's okay, but this message is actually about, it's not, it's about the devil, the binding you to this only very little. It's no matter what is, maybe it's a new love, maybe it's a new teacher, maybe it's whatever. And it's okay if you want to do that, of course, but it's just still in the same um it's a narrative, and it has nothing to do with the truth of you, you know. And whilst you become bitter about, and then you will land there again, you maybe learn some stuff, but not really, you know. It's the motorization, something is in movement, and the devil, the binding you to this only very little, whilst you become bitter about the saying that there is abundance. It's a fixation. Sorry, I have to. Um, and maybe you are at this point where you really want to give in to. There is always going to be, you know, a back and forth, 3D and awareness, 3D and awareness, but yeah, into awareness probably, I think. So the deception is that there is something to learn here, including maybe this message. So goodbye, Pisces. Take care. And thank you.